So go to file and save this, and in your particular D directory you will be having your folder, and here you will give the name as tables. So if I want to prepare a timetable, for example, so what has to be done? So for that we have this insert tab. You can write down the steps when I'm explaining. Okay, just if you sit idle, you'll not know what to do when you go to the lab. So write down the steps, important steps. So first thing is what? You need to, we have these different tabs. First you need to go to the insert tab. Go to the insert tab, and in that we have the group called as the tables. So first thing what you need to do is go to the insert tab, and here we have something called as tables. This group is tables, so you need to click on this. Now when I want to include a table, there are different rows and columns will be there. That is what we call it as a table. So to insert that, this indicates that I have 5 columns and 1 row. So like that, you can have a number of rows and columns. So assume that we want to create a timetable. So for this, we require minimum 6 columns. From Monday to Saturday, we need 6 columns. And for the time, we require another column. So we'll select 7 columns. Okay, this 7 cross 2 indicates that we have 7 columns and 2 rows. And we have, say, periods from, in the initial, we have some 4 periods, and afternoon also we have some 4 periods. So we'll take 8 rows. Okay, like this. Once you click on this, a table will be generated. Okay, with the number of specified columns that you are given, like that a table will be generated. So first, this is what you need to do. Then we want to move this table around, so you can click on this option. A plus symbol will appear, so you need to hold your mouse left click, and you can place it wherever you want. Like this you can move your table. Are you all following this? Next, here I will be having different options that we will explore now. Assume that we require some 8 columns or some 5 rows, but my mistakenly I have used less number of rows or less number of columns. So that time, if you want to include a certain row or column automatically or in between, so we can do that. So suppose here I will write time, and here I will say Monday, Tuesday, so on I'm going to write. But assume that by mistakenly, instead of writing here Thursday, I've written something, say, Friday. Okay, now I want to include a column between Wednesday and Friday. So for that, you can click on this particular column and use the right click of your mouse, and then say insert. Okay, what you need to do, you need to click on this particular column and right click, and you'll get an option called as insert. Now it is asking whether you want to insert columns to the left of this particular column, or you want to insert a column to the right of the current column. Whichever column you have selected, towards its left means it will create a column here, towards its right means it will create a column here at this. So where you want, basically towards the right or towards the left of this column? Towards the right. So we'll say that right click, insert columns to the right. So a column will be created. Are you all getting it? Next, similarly, for example, here I will put the timing, say from 10:30 to 11:15, and my next timing will be from 11:15 to 12 o'clock, and here I need to specify from 12 to 12:45. By mistake, assume that we have mentioned it as 12:45 to 1:30. Now what I need? I need a row now. Instead of column, I need to have a row. The same thing you can do. If you want to have a row below or row above on a certain particular row, you can do that. So suppose if I select on this, and if I want to add a one more row, so again I will use right click, insert rows above, means it will create an entire row above this 11, 15 to 12. But I want a row below. So I will select this rows below. A row will be created. Or for example, if you are currently at this particular row, now if I want to add a row above, so I can select on this, then I will say right click, insert rows above. You have two options. Either you want to, if you want to include below that, then you need to select this particular row and then you can say row below. If you are currently on this particular row, your cursor is on currently on this particular row, then you need to select insert rows above. Getting it, everyone? So this is how you can dynamically create the rows and columns. It is by human tendency. By mistakenly, we'll assume that we require some 8 columns or some 5 rows or 6 rows. But if you want to add certain rows automatically or in between, you can select that. Are you all getting it? So this is the basic things about that. Now coming to this, you can go on filling this, says Friday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and so on. Or you can increase at this. So I will say Thursday here. Now this is a extra column now. I don't want this. So for that, what you can do is you can select this particular column. You can click on any of one of these fields. This is what we call it as a cell. Okay, where we can the coincidence of row and column, we call it as a cell, or this particular box we call it as a cell. So you can click on this entire column anywhere. It need not be that it should be the first column. Even if you click on this and say right click and delete cells. So if you want to delete this entire column, you can select this option, delete cells. Then it will ask whether you want to delete the entire column or you want to delete the entire row. Because when you are placing this cursor here, if you say delete entire column, this entire column will be deleted. If you say delete the entire row, this particular row will be deleted. Are you all getting it? So when I want to delete the column, I can select this, right click, delete cells, and then I will say delete entire column. Then I will say OK. So the entire column will be deleted now. Getting it? If you want to undo it, you can use Control Z. Shortcut button is Control Z. It will revert it back. Now if I want to delete this row, suppose I want to delete this row, whether I can place the cursor here or here, it doesn't matter. So I will just place the cursor here. Then I will say right click, delete cells, and then I will say delete entire row. So when I say delete entire row, where was my cursor? Cursor was here. So this entire row will be deleted, and then say OK. So this row got deleted. Where was my cursor? Are you all getting it? So this is how we can add the columns or rows. Also, whenever you want to delete it, you can delete it dynamically. Now, similar to that, we have some other examples. Like if you want to say shift cells up, right click, delete cells. And if I say shift cells left, means, or for example, if I say type something here, CF, whatever. So this cell has been got shifted now. Okay. So for that, we can use this shift cells. Go to delete cells. Here you can have shift cells up or shift left, cells left. This can be also used whenever you want to shift the rows or the cells. Now we discussed about something called as the merge cells or split cells. This we will be discussing now. For example, here for this entire table, I want to put a name for the table. What is the name of the table? Basically, it is a timetable. So what I will do, I will select this particular row and then I will say insert rows above, and a row has been generated now, but with same number of columns. I do not want this columns. I want only one column. Okay. So for that, what you can do is you can select this entire row. Okay. And then say right click. Then here we call something called as merge cells. So if you click on merge cells, this all the columns that were present will be removed. So you'll get this as one single row without any columns, or one row with only one column, we can say. And then here you can give the name of the table. So we can say timetable for A division. Okay, are you all getting it? Once this is done, you can use the alignment option. Already we have discussed this alignment. Go to home, and here you can have this alignment option. Here you can center align it if you want. Okay, if you want right alignment, you can go for right alignment. So preferably you use center alignment. Getting it? So this is manually we are doing the alignment. But if you want to apply this alignment to the entire table, that can be also done. So here all this information that is present, it is left aligned. Okay, I can change this. But that will be applicable to one particular field or to one particular cell. But if I want to apply this alignment, whether it should be left alignment or right alignment or center, I can select this entire table. So if you want to give any properties, or if you want to give any actions for the entire table, you need to select this. So entire table will be selected, and then you can use this option, right click, and then say cell alignment. Okay, so here you have got the option as cell alignment. So what you need to do, if you want to apply to the entire table the alignment left, right, and so on, you need to select the table first. So select this table and right click, and then go to this cell alignment option. So here you can see, and it is showing the information, that is align top left, align to top center. Like that you have different option. The moment I am just changing this, you can see the observation here. You can observe these changes that are happening. Okay, like this I can give the alignment to the entire table. So whatever the information you're going to insert that into that table, it will be affected to the all the fields. So align top center, align to the middle, or align center. Like this if you take, it will be applicable to all the information. So whatever information I'm going to type, it will be applicable to all. So this is what we call it as the cell alignment. Now similar to this merge cells that we discussed, similarly we have one more option called as split cells. For example, we consider that on Friday. Like for example, on Friday, we'll insert one more column here. I will say shift cells. So here I will say 12 to 12:45. Now on Thursday or on Friday, from 12 to 1:30, you have the classes. Accounts maths combined two classes you have, or continuous two classes you have. So in that I want only one field here. We have two cells. Instead of that, I want to have in these two, I want to have only one column here, or only one cell, we can say. So that can be done. You need to select both the columns and both the cells, and then say merge cells. So automatically only one cell will be generated here. Are you getting it? One way we discussed where you can select the entire row, or if you want to have a field here, like for this, you will be having accounts and maths, account/maths. So for this, you want to have like this. So how it has to be done? Select both the cells, right click, and then say merge cells. Getting it, everyone? So write down these steps how to perform this. Now if I want to have two columns here, okay, this is only one cell, but in that if I want to have two columns, like I want to have another column here, so how that can be done? So for that you need to select this and then say split cells, and here it will ask number of columns 2 and number of rows as 1. So the moment you select this, so the cell that we have, one box that we have, in that two columns will be generated with one row. So when I click on OK, now you can see that two columns are present. Okay. If you want to increase this, go to the same, go to split cells, and if you want to have three columns, you can increase this. Okay, so it will become three columns with one row. Similarly, if you want to have more number of rows inside this cell, if I want to have two rows with two columns, I will increase this. So number of columns will be 2, number of rows will be 2. Are you all getting it? So this is what, or these are the different features that are available with the table option. Okay. Now going ahead with this, if you want to apply a border, okay, suppose I want to apply a border for this entire table, so we can do that as well. Select this, okay, and then right click, and here we have the option called as borders and shading. Okay, click on that option, borders and shading, and now you will get different types of borders for this entire table. So if you want to have a like box, you can select this. If you say none, and if you say okay, so there will be no border for the table. Similarly, if you want to have different types of borders, again go to borders and shading option, and then say if you want to have box, you can select that. If you want to have like grid, you can select that. Okay. And what should be your style? Here it indicates the style. So this is a thick line that you can get. If you select this, the border will be with dotted lines. If you want to like small hyphens, like that also you can select it and go to the option OK. So you can see that border will be in a different style. So this is how you can apply borders for the tables. So if you want to have colors, that can be also applied to the borders, and then say OK. So now you can see that for the entire table we have applied a color. Getting it? So different options are available, but for our requirement, for our lab program, you need to able to prepare a table with certain number of columns and with rows, and you are going to complete it. Clear with this, everyone? If you want to delete the entire table, okay, you can select on this delete table. So entire table will be deleted. And next we have this cell alignment also we have discussed. Then we have this auto fit contents and auto fit to window. Suppose say that this line is coming here, I mean 10:30 to 11:15. I want to put this both together in one single row, I mean in a one single sentence. So that moment we can select this. There is option here. So we can increase this or you can decrease this. Okay. For only one column you can do, or for multiple columns also you can increase or decrease the length of a particular field or for the particular column. Getting it, everyone? If you want to reduce it, you can reduce as well. Similarly, we reduce the length of the columns. You can also increase or decrease the for the rows as well. Like this also you can do it, so that the cell size will be increased. Okay. Now we will discuss about some more options that are available in this table. Okay, inside this table, we have something called as draw table. It will provide like a pencil tool or a pen tool, we can say, with just by using the mouse, we can create our own table. The one that we have selected here, these are the by default that are available. But apart from this, we want to try it on our own. That can be also done by using this draw table option. So I will select this. So here we will go to tables and say draw table. So once you say draw table, you can create your own table with certain number of rows and columns. Like this, you can create your own table as well. So this is the option that is available inside this insert table group, that is the draw table. Okay. Similar to that, we have something called as quick tables. Like if I want to include a calendar, some by default or predefined tables are available. So if you are explaining something about your timetable or your academic calendar, when the exams will be or when the semester will begin, so on. So for that, you can use some built-in calendars which are available. So if you select that, automatically that table will appear. So go to this, place your cursor in a free space and then go to tables, and here you can say quick tables and select this. A table will be automatically generated. Getting this, everyone? Similarly, if you want to include a Excel spreadsheet, like in a document, we are uh, giving a report on students. How many students appeared for the examination? How many students passed with distinction? How many got first class, second class, so on. And a document consists of all this information. And in that, we want to display the marks of students. So that if you want to include that Excel sheet or a spreadsheet, that can be also included in the Word document itself. So we can select on this Excel sheet, go to table option and select Excel spreadsheet. So a Excel sheet will appear here. We'll be discussing in more detail about Excel sheet, but I'm just giving you the options that are present in this table group. Are you getting it? Now, if you want to include a image or a clip art, okay, so that can be done by using this insert tab. Here we have option called as a group called as illustrations. and inside that we have the option called as picture. So if you are explaining something, okay, and in that if you want to include a picture or a image, you can select this option called as picture. The moment you click on picture, it will ask from where you want to add it. So your picture may be present inside D drive, or it may be present inside the C drive, and so on. So you need to select the location of that. So suppose say that a picture is present here. So here there are no items. So we'll select one of this. So suppose there is an image that is present here. So I will select this. Okay. And then click on insert. So what you have to do? You have to go to this picture option in the illustration, click on picture, then it will ask for the path. We call this as a path, where is your file located, whether it is present on the desktop or in documents. Like this, you need to check where it is present. Okay. And then after taking a specified path, okay, select that particular image and then say insert. The moment you say insert, a page has been inserted now. Okay, I mean an image has been inserted inside the page. Now if you want to reduce the size of this image, you can reduce it by using this option. That is, here you can reduce it. So you need to hold the mouse cursor. Okay, a arrow mark will appear and then you can reduce the size. Okay, so if you want to still reduce, you can reduce the size. Getting it? And here we have this option called as rotate. So when you click on rotate and when you move your cursor, the image will be rotated. Clockwise or anti-clockwise rotation, you can make it. So this is the anti-clockwise rotation, it is a clockwise rotation. Getting it? So this is how we can add a image or a picture, we can say. So if you want to make some picture styles, if you want to add a frame, so you can select these different options. Like a frame will appear for the picture. Okay, these are present inside this picture styles. But to be enable this, first we need to include this picture. Then only these will be highlighted. Otherwise, it will not be present. So the moment you click on the image, then these options will be enabled. So you can add a different frames for this if you want, and so on. Then similar to that, we have something called as clip art. Okay. So for that, again, you going to use this clip art option. And the moment you select this, here there will be some of the clip arts that will be available. Okay. So if you want to explain something about computer, you can select this option and say double click. A clip art will automatically inserted inside the document. So this is how you can add a clip art. Clip art are nothing but you can say a small images which are predefined. If it is there is an online collection that can directly search on the internet. Getting it? So you can select this option, and again, if you want to reduce it, you can reduce it, or if you want to increase the size, you can increase the size. And if you want to move this around, so you can move this image. For that, you need to select this option and go to position, and whether you want to set it in line or like this, we have different options where you want to position it, whether you want to position to the center or towards the right or bottom left and so on in the middle. So there are different options that are available. With text wrapping, select this option and then you can move this wherever you want. Getting it? Similarly, if you want to add the pie charts or the graphs, okay, that can be also included here. Once the clip art is done, you can close this option. And then if you want to add some charts, you can select this, go to this option. Inside the illustration, you have this chart option and select chart. And whether you want to have a column chart or a line chart, different options are available. So you can select any one of these and then say OK. A chart will appear and it will ask what you want to represent. Okay, so by default, it will show some values. So you can change the values here, and according to that, this will be displayed here. We will discuss this in more detail, but I'm just giving the information about how to use these charts, like to show the population or to show the election results. We basically use these charts, or the to do some analysis part. Okay, in one particular information or on one particular document, we want to know the analysis part. For that, we can use these charts.